captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Man, please. All about my bread like some ham and cheese. Rain just started coming down, baby. Man, Super Tuesday, the first true Super Tuesday of the college basketball season underway. And things are getting crazy, insane. The madness, as I've said at least a dozen times this week, is real, baby. Memphis 5-0 coming out of an overtime thriller against the back-to-back champions UConn Huskies, coming up short 99-97 victory over UConn. I will definitely talk about this game more in the show. I'm gonna tell you, I told you 2 years ago in November UConn was going to win the national championship. I told you last year in November UConn was going to win the national championship. And I know you're like, man, don't overreact to one game. There's something that champions have that other teams don't. I call it the third gear. It was prominently and evidently on show from UConn the last 2 seasons. This season, it is just not there. 40-40 after the first half, 42-42 in the second half, 82-82 going into overtime. That third gear, I'll tell you one team that does have it this season. And it's November, and I am going to tell you who will win the national championship. You can believe me, or you won't. It really don't matter to me. Right now, you can get this team at plus 2,000. I told you about them last week at plus 2,500. The team that has the third gear, as they call it, this season, those Kentucky Wildcats. The team that will win the national championship this season. This is a bold statement. You listening, Frank? You need to get your damn mind on track. Ever since this guy went to the Bahamas for 3 months. You need to get your mind shifted back to work. Anyway, the team that will win the national championship this year in college basketball, the Kentucky Wildcats. I know. Last week on Thursday, I went through the whole shebang and ended up with Tucky Duke in the championship. And I thought, just an exercise. But no, they got it, whatever it is. Let's jump into it, man. It's Tuesday, Super Tuesday. We're going to recap last night, preview tonight, give out all my bets. I got 3 and 2 possible. A lot of good games tonight. Oh, there's a lot of good games tonight. Also, Tuesday, this guy right here is going to give you his power rankings. The Red Beards top 10 power rankings in college basketball. Let's jump on into it. Like the deep end. It's captained by a hook, baby, with the Red Beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a fantastic Tuesday. Again, it is the first real Super Tuesday of the season. And I'm geeked. Geeked up and ready to roll. Ready to roll right now. Up, 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 up. It's captained by a hook, baby. Let's dive in. Let's start off with the Memphis UConn game. I know what you're thinking. UConn might have had a bad night. UConn shot the ball 49% from the field, 47% from three. You could argue the free throw line killed them, shooting 79%. It's not bad though. 19 out of 24. I mean, you make 23 out of 24, you win the damn game. Memphis, they also struggled at the line, 73% for them. But UConn won the rebound battle. They doubled Memphis in the assist numbers. Memphis had 3 more turnovers. They lost this game at the free throw line. UConn had 10 more fouls than Memphis. Memphis attempted 16 more free throws. I don't know what you're saying. Bunch of technical fouls late in the game. I mean, you really can't say they don't have it because of one game where they kind of lost their head and they fouled the team 10 more times. 2 technicals, one from Samson Johnson late, one from Dan Hurley in overtime. No, yeah, that shows me they don't have it, whatever it is. Also, the defense, I didn't see it. I mean, unless Memphis is the best offensive team in the world, I mean, these kids were just shooting and getting to their spots and getting whatever the hell they want. 7 for 10 for this guy, Dane Danger, whoever that is. 8 for 13 from Tyrese Hunter, who also went 7 for 10 from 3-point line. I mean, you can say what could UConn do? Get a damn hand up. No, honestly, I didn't watch this game live. I went back and watched elongated highlighted version of this game, like a 17-minute video. But man, PJ Haggerty, 22 points. Tyrese Hunter, 26 points. Colby Rogers, 19 points. Off the bench, Dane Danger, 14 points. These guys came to get buckets, man. Memphis 5-0, baby, after taking down the big dogs. And you kind of struggled to shoot, even though it says 49% from the floor. You got your quote unquote best shooter, Aiden Mahaney, 2 for 7. Liam McNeely, 3 for 9. I mean, when Alex Caravan's taking the most shots on your team, that's a problem. He does end up with 19.6 assists and 4 rebounds. But he shouldn't be. It shouldn't be him and Terrace Reed Jr. taking 13 shots and everybody else taking under 10. Terrace Reed Jr. off the bench, 28 minutes. He does get 22 points. Samson Johnson was in foul trouble all night. It was a weird game. I will say that for UConn. But these are the games the last few years we've seen UConn. It goes back and forth. Oh no, UConn's in trouble. 66, 68, they're down. Boom. You go get a glass of water, a bag of Chex Mix, You come back and say, what the hell happened? It's 82-68. Yeah, that third gear. Telling you, UConn ain't got it. Tucky does. But shout out to Memphis, man. I mean, can't take anything away from Memphis. I wanted to come on this show and not even talk about UConn and just talk about Memphis and how dominant and good and amazing that win was. Maui, baby. It's messing with these players' heads. Nobody, except for Michigan State, covered down there. Auburn, 3.5-point favorites. You think if you win, you cover. Auburn goes down early to Iowa State, 33-49 at the half. Shaking my head. But wait, there's more. Second half comes out. Auburn, defiantly, dominantly, reminiscent of what they did in Houston, put up 50 points in the second half, holding Iowa State to 32. They win the second half by 18 and win this game by 2. What a damn comeback. Huh? Couldn't cover the 3.5. But anyway, I guess that's not, ain't your problem. 5-0 Auburn Tigers, baby. Johnny Broome, 21 points, 10 rebounds. A double for the big kid, the big man, the big guy. Keyshawn Gilbert for Iowa State, 23 points to lead them in the loss. Man, 81-83, heartbreaking, gut-wrenching. I thought I had UNC's game up too. Let me grab that real quick. They did the same damn thing. Didn't cover the 6.5. 92-90 victory for North Carolina over Dayton. North Carolina also, they go down 33-51 at the half. I'm telling you, nobody came to Maui ready to play. I don't know. I'm not going to blame it on anything. Got to be mentally ready. And these are tough teams, man. It's not like you go to Maui to play Mississippi Valley. You know? These are tournament teams. These are good teams. These are quality teams. But the fact that all of these teams are going down by 20 points in the first half, it just shows they didn't mentally show up ready to damn play. But UConn with a huge 59-39, 20-point difference in the second half, they win by 2. RJ Davis had 35 and 7. 30 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. And Seth Trimble, 27 points, 10 rebounds. Wow. Smallest guy on the court, getting 10 boards. The double for Seth Trimble, baby. 27 and 10. UConn, they escape narrowly. Michigan State, baby. My Spartans, 5-1 on the season. Only loss to number 1, Kansas. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. It don't sound right. I said, correct me. It is right. Of course it's right. Why would I be wrong? What did Lil Yachty say? I don't remember a time I was goddamn wrong. Some old school Yachty for the kids. Colorado. They just never got anything rolling. 38-25 at the half. Michigan State, see, they came to play. Second half, 34-31. The game ends 72-56. Michigan State, baby, not only gets the win, they also cover. They have a tough one tonight against Memphis. Somehow that's a pick'em. I get it. Definitely we'll talk about that one. Michigan, they took on the Virginia Tech Hokies in Fort Myers tip-off. Michigan, I think they were 11.5-point favorites. 10.5, it looks like the line closed. End up winning by 12. Captain by a hook, baby. No, I'm kidding. I said I like Michigan. Said I don't like them to cover. They end up covering. So shout out to Michigan. They moved to 5-1. Roddy Gale Jr. led the way for them with 20 points. That's about it. I don't know how they win this game. Everybody else 8-9, 9-4, 10-7, 8. But they won. Man. Won by 12 too. So shout out to their defense. They hold the Hokies to 34% shooting from the floor, 24% from three. I like it. I love it, man. Shout out to the Wolverines. Last game I want to talk about from last night, Louisiana Tech, the Techsters, the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech moved to 5-0. Excuse me. Excuse me. Had to mute the mic. Louisiana Tech's the Bulldogs, baby. 85-79 win. They cover the 5.5 by a hookster. Gotta love it. How could you not? I mean, everybody for Louisiana Tech stepped up. And when I say everybody, Caden Cooper, he led the way with 18 and 12. A double for him. And then Daniel Bacho, 1 rebound away from the double-double. He had 16 points, 9 rebounds. And then Amari Abram, 8 for 13 from the floor. Kid was a sniper. He ended up with 18 points and 4 rebounds. Then AJ Green off the bench, getting things done, sparking them up. 19 points for him. An effort. Sean Newman Jr. He had 11 as well. Louisiana Tech now 5 and oh 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 man, what didn't think that was gonna happen. I'll say that. I'll say it like that. Well, you didn't think what was gonna happen. I mean, guy, hot ham, bruh. I'm a martingale that thing today, bruh. On my mama. On my mama. I was waiting for that third gear yesterday from UConn. Waiting for it. Even in overtime, I said, bro, you just go on a 16-2 run in this thing and prove me right. But of course, they didn't want it. Like a kid in broccoli. They ain't want it. But anyway, let's get to these power rankings, baby. We saw the college top 25 AP poll. That thing's getting shaken up like dice next week. Good thing for you, I do my list on Tuesday to bring you the most accurate. No, I'm kidding. But it is a little more accurate than theirs. I do mine on Monday night. I don't know. Just always felt right. I always like to kind of react to theirs. I don't know. But anyway, power rankings, baby. Top 10 from the Red Beard. That is this guy this week. UConn with the loss last night. They drop a little bit. How far? You will see. The new number one team for me, go with them hot ham Kentucky boys. They've been number 2 on my list all season. Only right to move them up to number 1. Kentucky has shown me the most. At number 2, another team that's shown me a whole heck of a lot. And both of these teams on show tonight. Kansas, the 2 Blue Bloods, the 2 Ks. Kentucky and Kansas at 1 and 2. At number 3, struggled a little bit against Iowa State, but got the job done. Give me Auburn at number 3. I mean, undefeated, wins against Iowa State and Houston. You're a top 3 school in the nation. Auburn at number 3. At number 4, give me Gonzaga. Oh, yeah. The Bulldogs of Gonzaga, they're looking pretty darn shiesty themselves in their non-conference schedule. And then at number 5, you're going to shake your head at this one. Big East, and it ain't UConn. Give me Marquette. What a as I like to call them. Give me Marquette at number 5. I don't think people realize how good this Marquette team is. They beat a damn good Maryland team that didn't look. I mean, at the time, it was like, they beat Maryland, whatever. They beat a damn good Purdue team, which I think people are a little hard on Purdue for losing to Marquette, who in my eyes is a top 5 school. But I know how these things go. It's politicking. But give me Marquette at number 5. Shaka Smart, Shaka Khan. Where we at? Number 7, number 6. UConn, baby. Can't drop you too far. You can show me today. Show me something today. UConn right now, number 6 team on my top 10. Probably sit around that range for a while. 6-4, 4-7, until Kentucky, Kansas, and Auburn and Gonzaga. Honestly, those are my top 4 teams, like in cement right now. Kentucky, Kansas, Auburn, Zaga. UConn at number 6. At number 7, give me those Blue Devils, baby. Duke showed me something against Arizona. That defense, I'll talk about it a little more as I preview today. But that Duke's defense, I love it. This is old school Duke basketball. This is early 2000s, late 2000s Duke basketball. I mean, they man up and they man up hard. Suffocate. Love this Duke's defense. Turns into offense. Cooper Flag will figure it out. Not that he's had bad games, just that one blunder against Kentucky. But Duke at number 7. At number 8, I hate to do it. Somebody slap me. 7-0, Wisconsin. I know. I know. 7-0, baby. Argue with it. Go ahead. Argue with it with yourself. Well, what about Alabama? What about North Carolina? What about Tennessee? Again, argue with yourselves, baby. Wisconsin, number 8. At number 9, had to drop them a little. Couldn't drop them too much. A lot of respect to Marquette. Purdue Boilermakers at number 9. This team still has elite guard presence. This team still has an elite team, top 10 team at least, if you ask me. Purdue at number 9. And then at number 10, holding on for dear life, one more big loss away from never being seen again on this list. The Iowa State Cyclones. I said I'm waiting for you to play somebody. You play somebody, only lose by 2. So I can't say, see, I told you. No. Iowa State losing by 2 to Auburn. Hats off to you. Iowa State at number 10. Recap it. We got Kentucky at 1, Kansas at 2, Auburn at 3, Gonzaga at 4, and Marquette at 5. 6 through 10. UConn at 6, Duke at 7, Wisconsin at 8, Purdue at 9, and Iowa State wrapping it up at 10. How you love that? It's captain by a hook, baby. Of course you love it. Can't do nothing but love it. Let's look at the day ahead, baby. It's Super Tuesday. When I say they got some good A games, I mean they have some good ass games. How you love that? Get my Jim Rome on. I love when Jim Rome gets to throwing the asses out. No homo. Definitely didn't sound not throwing his ass out. If you ever listen to, you probably anyway. Captain by a hook, baby. Previewing today's action on the collegiate hardwood. I got 3 bets for you today. I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna tell you this. Well, I'll do that in a second. Nothing important. I scratched out 1 bet yesterday and ended up winning I scratched out 2 bets today. So I was gonna be like, look, these 2 bets, so I scratched them out, didn't take them. I said, F it. Probably the 2 bangers. Man, my finger, I've been trying to find the pulse. I can't find it. Where's the pulse? Anyway, let me stop horsing around. Get to this damn breakdown. We got the Dons of San Francisco taking on Fordham. The Dons of San Francisco minus 10.5. They've been priced all season as elite. Today is their day to show it. San Francisco minus 10.5. Definitely a lean there. San Diego State taking on Creighton. San Diego State plus 3.5. One of the bets that I scratched out. I like San Diego State only as a fade of Creighton. Creighton's a little overrated. They come out. Kyle Brenner has the 49 point against nobody. They boop, they bop. McDermott, they got an injury too. I forget who it is. I believe it's Creighton. I believe it's Creighton. Go through all my screenshots. I hate the way that these phones have updated. Yes, Stephen Ashworth, badly sprained ankle for Greg McDermott. No timetable for a return. Um, of course, next game against San Diego State. That's the game I'm talking about. It's today at 1. Stephen Ashworth averages 16 points, 6.5 assists. Huge blow to that lineup. I probably am going to jump on this San Diego State. Give me San Diego State plus 3.5. I'll talk about it again in the bets, but I like San Diego State here to win it outright. Louisiana Tech, they're taking on Richmond. Rich what? Richmond. Louisiana Tech minus 6.5. Man, oh man, I want to bet this so bad. Was nervous about the 5.5. They end up winning by 6, which didn't make me less nervous about this 6.5, if that makes any sense. If they go last night and win by 18, I'm like, all right, this team's ready. Freddie. Uh, Nobody named Freddie on their team. I don't think they are ready, but they might be. They'll show me a lot today covering this 6.5 against Richmond. Rich what? Also have the plus 250 on their future to win the conference. So, Louisiana Tech, I'm gonna try not to bet them every game they play this season. Um, so I'm gonna stay away, but I do like the 16 and a half. Clemson, Penn State, minus 110 both ways on the money line. Boy, oh boy, that is a damn dandy of a game at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna try and get my eyes on it for sure. I lean Clemson, but it's hard to bet Clemson. Um, but I would lean Clemson in that one. Texas A&M taking on Oregon. I usually love playing Oregon as dogs. This is a game where I will not, but I also don't have too much confidence in Texas A&M as a favorite. A&M laying 3.5 today against Oregon. Don't let that number next to Texas A&M's name fool you. Oregon, right there with them. Both of these teams head and head, neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder. I will lean Oregon plus the 3.5, but I would need 6.5, 7.5 to take it confidently. Texas A&M 3.5 is an easy number to cover. Like unless it's literally a 1 point game, they're usually gonna foul if they're down 1 or 2. You get those 2 free throws to go up 4. It's a pretty easy number to cover by accident. Like this could be a close game and then boom, miss 3 free throws, boom boom, miss 3 free throws. Texas A&M up 5. So that's the thought there. The thought process there. Memphis, Michigan State. I mean, hot ham, hallelujah. Give it to me, baby. Phone is going on do not disturb at 4:59. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. Don't text me. Don't ask me for Nathan. Nothing. Nada. During this Michigan State Memphis game, um, I'm gonna be going a little too hard on Michigan State. I'm not telling y'all to bet it. Memphis just beat the best team in the country. I'm not telling y'all to bet it. I'm gonna be all over Michigan State. That is my favorite team. This is a hard bet. That's why I'm not telling y'all to bet it. I bet Michigan State yesterday. Told y'all to take it. We had some fun. But these are the games where I regret being a fan. So the smart money would be on Memphis. But I don't know. I feel like that about a lot of these games, honestly. I don't care how many times you run the numbers. Who the hell knows? Okay. Stanford, they're taking on Grand Canyon University. This game is damn near a pick 'em. I like Stanford. They've shown me a lot this season. Grand Canyon University, also a great team. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes either way. Um, I'd be surprised if it was a blowout. Pretty sure this will be a close one. 78-75, somewhere around there. Both these teams will get at it and get active. Virginia laying 16.5 against Manhattan. No, thank you. No, thank you. Houston taking on Alabama. This game going down. Down, baby, in Las Vegas. You say Nevada. I say Nevada. Houston minus 4.5 against Alabama. I would just argue that that is too big. Too big. But who the hell am I? I can't lay the 4.5 with Houston. And I'm terrified to take the 4.5 with Bama. This is one of them games, man. You just don't know. There's a few of them today. I'm telling you, bro. There's some good ass games today. Houston, Bama. Who you got? Let me know who you got. Minus 4.5 on that one. Man, it's crazy that the total was 50 in the hook. That just shows Houston's offense is just stepping it up since hitting the Big 12. This total would have been 123 before Houston got to the Big 12. Iowa State, they're taking on Dayton. Iowa State laying 8.5. If Dayton could stay with North Carolina, I'm pretty sure they could stay with Iowa State. Both of these teams playing tough games. Both of these teams playing 2-point games yesterday. So I don't see any advantage enough to give 8.5 to Iowa State. But if I had to bet it, I would lay the 8.5 with Iowa State. No way that I expect Dayton to do what they did yesterday. And I think Iowa State's mad they couldn't get Auburn. I think they come out and just lock the hell up out of Dayton. Iowa State minus 8.5 would be a bet in that game for me. If you want to lay 41.5, Utah is your place to do it. This game right here, holy bleeping coyote. Put some Franks on the grill. Duke taking on Kansas. Just we got Duke taking on Kansas. I mean, that's a damn game. I would lean the over in this one. The over is 148 in the hook. I think both of these teams hit the high 70s. The winner gets to 81, 81-74. I mean, 81-77. I mean, 81-79. Whoever gets to 80 first wins. And I think the other one will be right behind them in the high 70s. I think this thing gets to 150. Even 77-74. This thing hits the over. I think we get into the 150s here. Duke and Kansas. 3.5. Duke is favored. Kansas has all the experience. Like when I say they have all the experience, they have all the experience. Ask Arizona how that went though. Arizona had all the experience on paper. This Duke's defense is crazy, crafty, in your ass. Another thing is they're too young and too stupid to realize they're not supposed to be playing with you. I mean, it is Duke. It's not like they're some trash ass team, but gotta lean Kansas for the experience. Gotta lean Duke just because. So I'm just gonna be on this over here. It scares me because of Duke's defense, but we saw even with Kentucky, it's got to 77-74. I think Kansas's pace and tempo and experience will be able to kind of push the game. I mean, you score, they're gonna score. They're gonna go back and forth in this one. Give me the over on Duke, Kansas, 148.5. Anything under 150, I think it gets into the 150s though. I think you're comfortable. 150 in a hook pretty much would be my cutoff. Delicioso. Man, Rutgers and Notre Dame. Sorry. Trying to see if this line moved. I just looked at these lines. Anyway, Rutgers and Notre Dame. Rutgers minus 1.5. I mean, how do you not bet Rutgers here? How do you not bet Rutgers? Notre Dame coming off of a bad loss. I mean, a bad loss. Rutgers minus 1.5. Just, I'm sick of Rutgers. Sick of them. But we watched Cooper Flag bounce back. Ace Bailey probably bounced back after throwing that turnover, not to lose the game, but didn't give his team a chance to win the game against Kennesaw State because of the turnover. Rutgers minus 1.5 would be my lean there. I probably won't bet the Rutgers again until Kingdom Come. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to be that stubborn. Last game to preview, Auburn laying 5.5 against North Carolina. You got to think Auburn here, right? Couldn't cover the 3.5 against Iowa State, though. North Carolina, better offensively, not as good defensively, though. I think Auburn, man, their defense steps up here tonight. Their physicality steps up here tonight. I think Auburn walks away with a nice 11-plus point win. I'd go Auburn minus the 5.5 here. But let's get down and dirty. Down the fight to round 30. Let's go ahead and give out some bets for this evening. Captain by a hook, baby. College hoops bets. I told you I scratched out 2 of them. One of them I'm going to unscratch out. Give me the whiteout, babe. San Diego State plus 3.5 taking on a hurt Creighton team. Putting a lot on that injury for this bet here. We're going San Diego State plus the 3.5. If you want to get crazy, plus 128 on the money line. I haven't decided. I might jump on that money line plus 128. But then again, the plus 3.5 just gives you that little cushion. A little cushion. So plus 3.5 on San Diego State. Whew, we're going to go Kentucky, baby. They're laying 22.5 against Western Kentucky. Give me Kentucky to just walk the dog. I'm talking 50 plus. Kentucky has that third gear, that third leg. No, I'm kidding. Not going to take it there. Kentucky, I told you in the open of the show, they're him, as the kids say, right? He's him, which I always thought was the fruitiest thing I ever heard. He's him. I don't know. I never heard it sound hard. Kentucky minus 22.5. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. 22.5 on Kentucky taking on Western Kentucky. And then we're going to go down just to a game that ain't nobody got their eye on. Ooh, excuse me. You probably won't hear anybody talk about this game. Give me Washington State minus the 13.5 taking on Fresno State. If you listen to the show, we've been betting Washington State heavily and happily, I might add. Give me Washington State to cover this 13.5. It does kind of scare me. I think 11.5 is the biggest number I took on them, and I think they won that game by 13. So give me the Washington State tonight, though, by 13.5. I think they win it. I think they cover Fresno State. Peanut butter water. Nobody want that. Washington State minus 13.5. And then for the best bet of the day, I know. Hey, I know. I pay this man to give the best bet of the day every day, and he come out. Anyway, I promise y'all he'll redeem himself. I don't know when. But whenever he gets his head locked in, man, I'm talking about you. He's going to go 12-2. I guarantee you that. Let's see if it starts today, baby. Somebody, anybody, hit me with the horn. Keep it short and sweet. I told you I'm martingale in that thing. Went stupid on UConn yesterday. I looked in the mirror. I went to betterhelp.com. I'm kidding. People, this ain't no ad, and don't ever go online for no damn medicine or therapy help. I'm old school, bro. I can hate online. It's just a joke. You see all them commercials. Oh, bet help. I went on there and I just was typing away all my problems. Anyway, I'm martingaling that thing, bro. They gonna turkey dog whoop them today. We got Colorado. Colorado. They're taking on UConn. Give me an angry, pissed off UConn team. Give me UConn minus 15.5. They don't win this one by 30. I don't know. I do not know. Yesterday, I bet my life on it. So today, I guess it's the liver. UConn minus 15.5 at the best damn bet of the day. Let's recap these bets real quick. We're going San Diego State plus 3.5. Get right to it. Get right through it. Kentucky minus 22 and a hook taking on Western Kentucky. Give me that 50-point dub. Give me a game nobody cares about. Washington State taking on Fresno State. Give me Washington State minus 13.5. And then that's the best bet of the day from my man Frank. He's going back to it. He's martingaling it. UConn, baby. Minus 15. And the hook. It's captained by a hook with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Going live on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, 26th of November. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. Please take all of these wagers at your own risk. And please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs. What up, Rax? Shout out to my dog. Man, just about done with this thing. But shout out to you, bro. I really do appreciate the support. Said I finally caught it live. My dog. Man, shout out to Rax though, man. He be having the fight bets, the fighting coverage. He be doing his thing over there on